Hi, and welcome to The Color of Success, a show that showcases, motivates, and celebrates culture, creativity, and success of ordinary people. And we also discuss real issues. We got a great show in store for you today. Come back and join us. I'd like to introduce our guest to you today. We have Franklin Donny D and his fiancée, Marsha Duran, and Donny D's granddaughter, Nia Graham. Now, this is a family affair.
Yes.
2 years ago, you were here on the show,
Yes.
and we were talking about a book you wrote, A Single Mother's Guide to Raising Black Boys.
Yes, that's correct. Single Mother's Guide to Raising Black Boys.
It did very well.
Yeah, it did very well. Ebony Magazine rated it #4 on books on this subject, and still selling today, so I thank God for that.
That's very good.
Yeah.
And today we're back to talk about Blog Talk Radio.
Yes, yes. Well, I have 2 shows that are on Blog Talk Radio. Donny D's Words of Wisdom on Saturday nights, then Donny D's Soul Sundays on Sunday nights. On Saturdays, we come on and we discuss, we have comedy, politics, spirituality, all wrapped up in one show.
Okay, well, let me make sure I understand this.
Okay.
So we'll start with Words of Wisdom. How long have you had that show?
I've had that show for, maybe about 3 years.
3 years.
Yes.
And under Words of Wisdom, at the same day, but a later time, we do Words of Inspiration.
Correct.
And that's Marsha's show,
Yes.
Marsha D's.
Yes.
And what is Words of Wisdom about?
Well, Words of Wisdom, we like to deal with things in the community. We also deal with things nationwide. Last night's show was about the political climate. Okay. And I had a young man who, from North Carolina that is involved in the politics out there. And we just discussed this race that's going on right now, and we came to the conclusion that it's the craziest that I've seen in my 62 years of life.
I can't even wrap my mind around it, okay?
Yeah, you know, I've never seen anything like this before. So we discussed that. We have callers that call in, and sometimes it gets pretty heated. And I have a guy that calls in, and he's a Donald Trump supporter, and as soon as he comes on, the phone lights up, and the board lights up. So, you know, that's basically what we do.
That's the way the Trump does his thing.
Yeah, yeah. So,
now, you know what? So Words of Inspiration, is that like gospel?
Okay, well, Words of Inspiration, it's spiritual.
Spiritual.
Being a Christian, yeah, I do gospel. I have gospel singers on there, and I have preachers, and I have some guests like Jerry Cummings from Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, who's also known as Apostle Jeremiah Cummings, has been on my show a couple of times. And he's shared his journey with us, and it's wonderful. And he's also given us an opportunity to play some of his music firsthand. So yeah, and a friend of his, I don't know if you recall Lily McLeod from the X Factor. She was a contestant on the X Factor a few years ago.
Okay.
She, you know, I guess it made news because she was an older contestant, a beautiful black woman that was in her 40s, late 40s, who was on the X Factor. And usually, you know, young people win that program, but she's absolutely fantastic. He knows her, and he's kind of promoting her. So I've had Lily on the show. And, you know, like I've had Nathan Best from former member of the OJs.
Sounds like you have some
so
great
things have
artists.
picked up. Yeah, things have picked up. But, you know, both Nathan and Jeremiah are now preachers.
Oh,
So
wow.
they have shared some prayer and some word with us.
nice.
And then I
That's
have
real
my,
nice.
my regular, we had a Bible study teacher, Cyril Musson, who comes on as my regular every other week, just about. And
Right.
we do gospel, I mean, not gospel, but Bible scripture
Yes.
reading.
So words of inspiration, I have that. Words of wisdom, I have that.
And we also have Porthole to Justice.
Portal to justice?
Yes, that's where we deal with the children's courts, the foster care system. And that gets to be very deep. That's one that people around the country call in about. You know, everyone knows someone that has a kid or someone that's been in foster care. And it's just, we discuss that. There's a lot of corruption in that system. And we just discuss that.
Well, let me ask you, how do you decide what blog talk radio show you're going to develop and put out there? I mean, Portal to Justice, excellent. Words of wisdom, fantastic. Words of inspiration, great.
Yeah.
How do you decide what you're going to put out there?
Well, basically, it's kind of tough. I work at Pasadena High School,
Oh.
and when I'm walking around, when I'm on campus, some of the time I'm just thinking of guests. I'm thinking of who I'm going to have on for next week's show. And a lot of times people will call me. I had a call while I was here from an agent that wants to bring Brenda Lee Edgar on the show. She made a famous song with Jerry Butler, Understanding Mellow, and she has some new stuff out. So people call me, I call people, and it's just, it's work.
It's networking.
Yeah, yeah,
It's networking.
it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is your granddaughter,
Yes.
Naya Graham.
My first.
Now, Naya is 9, is that correct?
Are you 9?
Yeah.
And Naya has a blog radio talk show. She
Yes.
hosts, what is the name of your show?
Niagram show.
The Naya Graham Show? And who inspired you to do talk radio on the blog?
Donny D.
Donny D, okay. Okay, that's excellent. What do you talk about on your show, Naya?
I talk about kids, fun, and bullying and helping kids with their education.
Oh, that's great. You talk about current issues for kids that affect kids, right? That's wonderful. What do you like best about your talk radio show?
That people call me.
That people call you. That's nice. That's nice. That's
She
really
also
nice.
reads some stories from books from the library also.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
That's great. All right, so the family that blogs together on
That's
talk
right.
radio stays together.
Yes,
you know?
yes, yes.
That's excellent.
We're a unit.
That's good.
Yeah, and all of us need each other.
Well, let me ask you. Now, I don't know much about blog talk radio. But what I wanted to ask you was, is there a difference between an online radio show and a blog talk radio show?
No, it's basically the same. It's the same thing. Blog Talk is just the brand name of the online radio company. And there's different companies, Live 360. And a lot of these companies, you have to have a lot of equipment and know-how to operate. I prayed upon on how to get a radio show, because when I put this book out, I couldn't get all the interviews that I wanted.
Okay.
You know, so I said, well, let me just start my own radio show, and I'll be my sponsor. I'll promote my book. And I prayed on it, and then someone told me about Blog Talk Radio. Very simple. You know, all that you needed was a computer
And a phone.
And a phone. But then I took it to another level, and I bought a mixing board, microphones, headphones, and set up a studio in my apartment. So that's how that basically got going. And, you know, we've been
And now you can interview as many people as you want.
from all over the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was trying to wrap my mind around the benefits of blog radio talk. I know that you can reach countless people,
Yes.
infinite number of people, but I want to know how you make money.
Well, that's something I'm wondering too. I'm working on that also. Basically, you get a small percentage of the advertisers that advertise on the show, and what they'll do is they'll put an advertiser in on the podcast, a couple of commercials, and I also get donations from people that are followers of the show.
Okay.
And it's a passion for me. It's something I've wanted to do all my life. I used to work in clubs and college radio, and
Okay.
you know, so at the age of this age,
Okay.
I'm finally doing what I want to do. You know.
I'm still trying to digest 40 as an older person. I'm like, ooh, 40.
I passed that a long time ago.
Yeah.
That's excellent that you
Yeah.
get to do what you want.
Yeah, yes.
What do you envision for the future of Blog Talk Radio?
Well, you know, I believe that, you know, there was a time when we listened to just AM radio, then FM radio.
Yes.
Now we have satellite radio, and now it's moving to online radio. New cars are coming out with touch screens where you can pull up anything that you can pull up on your computer right in your car. So if you're driving down the street on a Sunday and you want to hear the best of rhythm and blues and soul and jazz and gospel, you can just pull up Blog Talk Radio, pushing Donny D Soul Sundays, and there it is.
Soul Sundays.
Soul
That's another
Sundays.
radio talk show that
Yeah,
you're
that's
doing.
another show I do, yes.
I'm imagining it's just about soul music on Sundays.
That's right. We play a lot of music basically from the 60s and 70s. I don't do 80s and 90s. I don't do hip hop.
Okay.
I do jazz, blues, gospel, and mostly old soul. I have a lot of guests that come on my show. I've had Billy Paul, Melba Moore, Michael Henderson, Delphonics,
Wow.
Troop, Enchantment, Lakeside, just a lot of different people. And it's I really enjoy that show because I get a chance to just sit back and listen to the music and talk to the people. And, you know, there's really a need for that. A lot of people in my generation say there's not any good music out right now.
I've heard that.
Yeah, so I give them what they want.
I've heard that.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's good. I love the oldies.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they call them. I love
Right.
that kind of music.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you can sing to it. You know, I can't speak fast enough to do the rap thing.
No,
I get tangled in my tongue. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so I don't do the rap thing good. But I love that kind of music.
And it is positive music. A lot of it's positive. You know, the lyrics are positive. The music is original with real musicians. So, you know, I remember Soul Sundays at 6 p.m.
It's
So Sundays at 6 p.m.
been exciting,
All right. And
yeah.
what day does Naya do her show?
I do it Sunday at 1 p.m.
Sunday at 1 p.m.?
Yes.
Okay. And Words of Inspiration follows Words of Wisdom. Is that right?
It's part of the Words of Wisdom show.
Oh, okay.
So I come on, depending on who I have on the show. It's just the same night, so I'm just part of it.
That's excellent. So a computer and a phone,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Well, yeah, but you know, I've taken it to another level. You know, I started with a computer and a phone, but now we have microphones, we have mixing board, and headphones, and try to do it like the big boys. You know?
I think that's
Yeah,
great.
you get a better sound, you know, phone.
I think that's
yeah,
great.
Yeah.
Well, we here at The Color of Success want to just tell you how thrilled we are to have you come on the show and share that information with us.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me.
Yes,
It's
thank you.
excellent. I don't know what you plan to do next, but the two projects that you've shared with us have been fantastic.
Thank you.
Out of sight.
Thank you, thank you.
Out of sight. Did I date myself?
Yeah, that's right.
I'm
James
sorry.
Brown.
You know, also with The Color of Success, not only do we showcase and motivate, we celebrate. We have a celebration. I would like to pour a toast. It's a toast that even Naya can participate in.
Okay.
And since Naya is the newest blog radio talk show,
Yes.
I thought Naya would sign our collage art board behind her. Everyone that has did our show to this date has signed something on that art board.
Right.
Anything at all that you want to put on that art board, you can. And we have a box full of different crayons and colors and markers. And she can pick out the color that represents her journey. Now, it's not just her journey, it's your journey and it's your journey as well. So you might want to committee on what color she should, you know, pick.
Right, all right.
But I'd really like her to be the one to sign our artboard,
yes.
if that's okay.
That's
you
fine.
know? One last question I wanted to ask you. Now, I understand that you said that there are cars where you're going to be able to touch a panel and get a blog radio talk show in your car.
Right.
What else do you see in the future of blog radio talk?
Well, I just see it as a way of, the new way of communicating and getting information out. You know, we live in an age right now where if something happens right now, you can see it a second later.
We get it instantly.
Instantly. And with online radio, you can do a show, you can talk about right now, things that are going on right now. I can go in and not the show not scheduled, and I can go directly on the air at any time I want to. So, I mean, it's
like everything is real time,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. It is. It's live, and you know, there's somebody. There could be an issue in North Dakota, and someone might want to talk about that. We can talk about that right now while it's happening.
Or in another country.
Yeah, in another country. You know,
across the Atlantic or the Pacific.
Yeah, well, I had a lady call in,
time.
and she told me, I forgot what country she was from, but she loved American soul music. I'm like, hey, right on. I love it too.
I think she was from one of the Caribbean islands.
I don't know where she was from. I forgot, but you know, it made me feel good to know that, you know, AM/FM radio, you have a small audience, you know, and it's local, you know. So I like to talk to the world.
Unlimited.
Yes, definitely.
I think that's fantastic.
Thank you.
It's kind of scary. You don't know where we're going or
just
how much
technology.
further we can travel,
Right.
but you know, it's ultimate possibilities,
There's
right?
ultimate possibilities.
You know, I can remember when I worked at a place where the computer was in one whole room.
Right.
It was the computer room.
Right.
Everything was computer in there. It let off a lot of heat. You know, you had to wear like a mask and not go in there when the
Right.
computer was running. And now you can take a computer the size of this and put it in your pocket.
Well, I have my computer in my pocket right now.
Okay.
My phone.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
talking about.
right.
Technology.
Yeah.
You know, it's good,
And
very
it's-
good, right?
Yeah, well, you know, I can't remember anyone's phone numbers anymore. But they're all
Speed dial.
Yeah, they're
you
all
know.
in on the phone. If
I know.
you lose your phone, you're in big
I
trouble.
know. You know, I am so glad that you did bring your book because I wanted to give mention to the fact that I think it was Ebony
Yes.
that placed it on a list of books,
Yes.
must-have books
Yes.
for our community.
Right.
Anything that we can get reading or, you know, downloadable material is good.
Yes, yes.
So I
Thank
thought that
you.
was excellent. I wanted to put that out there
I
for you.
appreciate that.
So are we ready to look at colors? What
Yeah.
color would you say represents the radio talk blog journey?
Green.
Green?
I like that color.
We got
Good.
green.
Green.
Might
All
bring some
right.
green to us.
We've got some markers in there. You see that green marker right there? Okay. Now, do you know what you're going to put on the board? Really? Okay.
All right.
You go on and do that. Be
Oops.
careful. Pretend like you're a robot and you're plugged up. So you have to watch out for your cord.
Yes, indeed.
It's hard for me to see that.
I can hear it. Let me guess.
So are you guys, you're doing the blog radio talk. Are you going to spin off and maybe get into television?
Oh, we had thought about it, but I'm working on another book right now. So, yeah.
my goodness.
I'm working on another book, so I need to complete that, and then wherever the Lord takes me from there.
Do you have a title for the book already?
Yes, but this is so heavy, I think I better just keep it under wraps
Okay.
right now. Well, actually, I can tell the people what the name of the book is. The name of the book is called From Crack to Christ.
From crack
To Christ. For people out there that are still suffering from addiction,
Absolutely.
that that is a way to escape that addiction. You know,
Absolutely.
yeah. So-
Absolutely.
So that's, I've been working on that book for 2 years, and
That sounds like it's going to be a meaty topic.
Yeah, well, it's definitely. Hopefully, we can turn it into a screenplay.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah,
So
and,
you are going to branch out into movies.
Whatever he has for me in store, I think so. I hope so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
I think you could do anything you put your mind to.
Well, you know, we all can do anything that we want to do. The sky's the limit.
Thank
And
you.
we need to
I
let our
really
children know
appreciate you
that.
guys coming on the show.
All right.
Thank
I
you for
wanted
having
to
us.
pour the toast for us so that we could continue our celebration.
Okay.
Maya wrote something on the board, and you want to share with us what you wrote, Maya?
What'd you say?
What'd you
It
say?
said, I heart color of success.
You heart color of success.
She loves color of success.
You are teaching her well. You are
You know how to get us-
teaching her well.
You know how to get us back on the show, don't you?
You go, Maya. Naya.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not too good at this, but
It's all right. Looks delicious.
okay. I'm gonna just put these out here
Okay.
like this. There you go. And this is yours.
All right, thank you.
All right. Continued success with your radio, blog, talk shows.
Okay.
All of you, even Naya,
Thank you.
and your book writing and everything that you do. You're such a positive role model
Thank you.
for our community and beyond.
Right.
All
Okay.
right,
Thank you.
thank you.
When I told you this was something that even Naya could participate in, now you see it's
Oh, yeah.
sparkling apple cider,
Yeah,
right?
That's delicious.
Yes. Well, I mean, besides From Crack to Christ, TV, radio, blog, talking, is there anything else that you're doing that you'd like to share?
Just getting ready to retire from Pasadena schools, that's for sure.
You're still working.
I'm still working every day. It's 33 years. And I'm going to give it maybe 2 years left, and then I can do everything that I have put off, like finishing the book and some other things that I need to do. But yeah, I've paid my dues with Pasadena Unified.
You are such a positive role model. You're doing all that. You're multitasking to the second power, which is great.
Yeah, to the
You
second.
know.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you.
And what about you, Marcy? Anything in the future besides blog, radio talk, and
Oh,
words of
gosh.
inspiration?
You know, I've really enjoyed doing what I'm doing with the Words of Wisdom show, and
Okay.
who knows? You know, the sky's the limit, and
Do you guys have a website that you would like to tell our audience about?
Well, they can go to franklindonnyd.wix.com/Franklin Lewis.
Okay, we'll put that on the rolling credits.
Okay, and you can also find me on Facebook, Franklin Lewis, and on Twitter also.
Excellent.
And Instagram.
Donny D21.
Donny D21.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And that website would represent anything that we wanted to ask about any
Exactly.
of the radio talk
Any
shows.
of the radio talk shows, the books. There's even a place for donations there.
Is there a blog telephone number that you'd like to tell our audience about?
Yes, well, if you ever want to, if you don't want to listen on your computer and you're out on, and you have your phone, dial 646-595-3338. That's what?
646-595-3338.
And you can listen in live, turn on your speaker on your phone, and you can listen to the show. Or if you want to participate in the show, you still call that number. What is it, Naya?
646-595-3338.
What'd you say?
646-595-3338.
And if you want to talk, you push the 1, I call it the love button, and you can participate.
Oh, wow. That is great. That
Yes.
is great. And how much pre-rehearsal did we have for the 646?
None.
Oh, really?
None. That's just the way we go.
That's
We do it.
excellent. That's excellent. Thank you, guys.
Thank
What did
you.
you want to say, Naya?
When he was like making a little short video to tell the audience about it, I just barged in and said it, and that's how it just started.
Is that how we started
Oh,
it?
that's excellent.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Spontaneous. There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you again for coming on the show.
Thank
We
you.
really appreciated having you share that information with us. I was afraid of blog radio talk until you broke it down for me.
Okay. Yeah.
Now I'm thinking maybe I might do one myself.
Yeah. And if you ever want to listen to some Loop and Lou Rawls or some Billy Paul, tune us in.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, everybody. That's the color of success for this time, and we'll see you next time.
What's the color? I need to know what's the color.